It was a historic ending of an era Friday night in Pima as the school turned out the lights one final time on its varsity football field. With the construction of its new high school expected to be completed by next year, the 2A state quarterfinal matchup against Bisbee would be the final varsity football contest played on the 60-plus-year-old Edd Hubbard Field. Lining up opposite the Rough Riders, hoping to spoil the night, were the top of the San Pedro region Bisbee Pumas, who brought their identical 10-1 record with them. It's Pima versus Bisbee to see who moves on to the semis coming up next. Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill is the spot in Thatcher to enjoy healthy Hawaiian food with a friendly atmosphere and great service. Order in person or by the phone or online to see the tasty treat everyone is talking about. That's Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill. Pima won the toss and called for the ball. The Rough Riders came out of the gate fast in a no-huddle offense, but quickly faced a 4th and 6 from their own 41. On the game plan without hesitation, Pima went for it, and quarterback Cedric Grimes connected with Jackson McBiles for the first down and then some, as McBiles takes it to midfield. But just 2 plays later, Grimes gets pressured out of the pocket by Fabian Hernandez and throws across his body across the field, and you've got to give it to Michael Coronado on this baller interception. Coronado has it clean, and Bisbee makes the first big play to steal the ball. But on 3rd and short, Bryson Meyer is fighting for extra yards against Emmett McBiles when Rooster Alder comes in and strips the ball out. There's a scrum for the loose ball, and Alder comes out with it to take it back for Pima. But on the very next play, Spencer Anthony gets a great jump and is in the backfield as Jeremiah Martinez gets the ball for Pima. Anthony just pokes it away, and this time Jackson Alvarez recovers for Bisbee, and the Pumas start their second possession, knocking on the door of the red zone at the 26. But from there, the Pumas would only go backward on the possession and ended up turning the ball over to the Rough Riders at their 40 after a 4th and 23 play fell flat. After a Pima punt changed field position, Bisbee faced a 3rd and 3 from its own 27 when Brock Haas shed a blocker and dropped Meyer for a loss with some assistance from the Rooster to end the first quarter scoreless. Now it's Pima's turn facing a 3rd and 4 from the 46, and Grimes drops back and finds Jackson McBiles over the middle, and McBiles breaks a tackle and takes it all the way to the Pumas' 40. But the Pumas would force a punt, and its quarterback Sebastian Lopez got his team and the crowd fired up on this play after getting knocked out of bounds on a scramble. Then on 3rd and 5, Lopez finds Miles Schuler in between the Pima defense, and don't look now, but the Pumas are back at midfield and moving. So Pima ran a middle linebacker blitz, which left Preston Russell unblocked, and he got on his horse and rode down Lopez for the big sack. After a penalty pushed them even further back, Bisbee faced a 4th and 29 from its own 30 and sent on the punting team. The punter bobbles the snap, but he picks it right back up, and he can still punt. He can still punt the ball. He can still punt the ball. He has plenty of room to punt the ball, and he's not planning on running for it, is he? Well, okay, but you've got to cover 40 yards from where you've got the ball, and he's not going to get it, as the assistant along the sideline goes down hard too, and Bisbee turns the ball over to Pima. And with just 3 minutes left in the half, Pima faced a 4th and 6 from the Puma 37. Grimes drops back in his protective pocket thanks to his O-line and dials in a beauty to Preston Russell at the 5, and Russell ducks into the end zone on the 37-yard TD to open up the scoring for Pima. After an offsides penalty moved the ball closer, Pima decided to go for 2, and Jeremiah Martinez easily scores to give Pima an 8-0 advantage with 2:54 left until the half. Lighthouse Medical Center in Safford is dedicated to helping you relieve your pain. We offer the best approach to pain relief and injury recovery through non-surgical approaches. We're committed to providing you with the best in healthcare techniques and technologies for an individualized approach to your health and well-being. And now Pima has the momentum as Luis Ramos and Charles Richardson chase down Michael Coronado for the loss. And on 3rd and 10, Richardson chases Lopez down out of bounds, and Lopez just throws it away at the last second. That forced the Pumas to punt from deep in their own territory, and Pima's gonna get the ball back one more time before the half and in good starting field position with 1:36 left on the clock. After Grimes extended the drive with his legs and picked up the first down at the 30, he hits Martinez out of the backfield for another first down to the 15. So now Grimes takes his show into the end zone to Keegan Corona, and now you could probably call this pass interference 9 out of 10 times, but this was evidently the 10th time, and the flag stayed in the ref's pocket. So facing a 4th and 5 from the 10 with 15 seconds left in the half, Pima trots out Riley Good for the 26-yard field goal attempt, and it's through to give Pima an 11-0 lead as the teams break for the half. With amenities designed to keep patients comfortable and relaxed, Copper Hills Dental is your choice for anxiety-free dentistry. Visit our website and Facebook page or simply call 428-2750 to schedule your appointment today. That's Copper Hills Dental. Okay, second half is about to start. The first half was a defensive battle, so field position could be keen from the start. But Michael Coronado can't handle the kick, and by the time he does, the Rough Riders are there to swarm him, and Bisbee starts its second half opening drive from its own 3-yard line. And after a quick 3-and-out, Bisbee punts and Pima would have opened the second half starting at midfield, but a block in the back pushes them even further into Puma territory to the 33. After a couple of blue light specials from J-Mart gave the Rough Riders a new set of downs, Cedric Grimes drops back and throws deep into triple coverage, but Wade Peterson is open, and Grimes hits him for the 15-yard TD. Riley was good with the extra point, and Pima has scored 18 unanswered points. Bisbee battled back, and just as Toby Bryce chased down Lopez, he flips it to Alvarez for a nice pickup, but 2 yards short to bring up third down. And on 3rd and 1, Lopez tries to sneak it, but he's going nowhere as the Pima defensive line envelops him. So on 4th and 1 from their own 36, Lopez tries to pick it up, and this time he's got a lane, and then just like that, he's gone. And Lopez races 64 yards to pay dirt to put Bisbee on the board. The extra point attempt was no good, and Pima led 18-6 with 7:44 left in the third. The first kickoff went out of bounds, so Pima makes Bisbee kick it again, and Jackson returns it to midfield. And even when the Pumas score, the Rough Riders get good starting field position thanks to their special teams. Alright, so Pima's turn to answer back, and they started off by going to McBiles, and he fights his way into the red zone to the 18. Then it's back to Martinez, who's got a hole a cotton harvester could drive through, and Martinez runs hard down to the 8. 2 plays later, he finishes the drive with a 2-yard plunge, and Pima's up 24-6 with 3:55 left in the third. Roadrunner Rehab has been helping Gila Valley residents and athletes achieve their peak performance for over 30 years. They are now offering occupational therapy and adult speech therapy to assist in all your rehabilitation needs. Whether they're getting you back to work or back on the field, they're here to help you. And the Riders wanted more, so on the ensuing bloop kickoff, while the Pumas watched, probably hoping it would go out of bounds, Caden Davis zoomed in to snatch the possession for Pima. And while you can't advance the kickoff recovery, it's 1st and 10 at the Pumas' 35 after just scoring. And Pima looked to immediately capitalize on the turnover as Grimes drops back and dances. And he dances some more. But watch out as time runs out as Luis Ramos and Javier Montiel team up to take down Grimes for a huge loss, forcing a Pima punt. Now that their defense made a stand, Bisbee's offense stepped up and Lopez bides some time before finding Schuler for a 17-yard pickup to the 36. Then Lopez drops back. He pumps and tells his receiver to go, and then he hits Michael Coronado deep, and the Pumas are back in business, knocking on the red zone at Pima's 22. But on 4th and 7 from the 20, Pima's defense holds and Bisbee turns the ball over on downs, and the Riders go into the last quarter still up 24-6. Bisbee's got the ball at midfield, and Schuler bobbles the pass while Grimes hands out the punishment for a change and makes sure the pass stays incomplete. But cool as a cucumber, Lopez drops back and then escapes pressure to run for the first down and more as he dodges and changes up speed before heading out of bounds at the 20. Now facing 4th and 10 from the 20, and Lopez drops back and just gets rid of it before being drilled by Toby Bryce. And the ball is in the air, and Jackson Alvarez comes down with it for the touchdown. Bisbee goes for 2, and Gilbert Bryce knocks down the pass attempt, but the Riders get called for roughing the passer, giving Bisbee another chance. This time Lopez keeps it himself as he goes around the right side, and the linesman says the ball went inside the pylon before going out of bounds, so now it's 24-14 and Bisbee's fighting back with lots of time left. So Pima went back to its bread and butter and began feeding J-Mart, who punished those attempting to tackle him. And on 3rd and short, the Blue Hammer finally broke through, and it's a foot race to the end zone. Martinez is at the 50, the 40, the 30, and Cameron Anderson dives, making a touchdown-saving shoestring tackle, but J-Mart goes for 54 yards on the big run. He then finished the drive with a 3-yard TD plunge, and it's 31-14 Pima with 6:57 left to play. After an intentional grounding call pushed them back, Lopez tried to get the yards back and then some, but Keegan Corona makes an outstanding play on the ball to secure the interception for the Riders. Pima capitalized on the turnover as Grimes and Rooster fake everybody out, including me, and Grimes hits Corona for the score in the corner of the end zone for the 17-yard TD to put Pima up 38-14 with 4:30 left in Bisbee season. The Pumas kept fighting till the end, of course, and Schuler picked up a big chunk of yards on this reception to put them in Pima territory. And then Lopez is going to do it all from there as he drops back and just avoids a 13-yard lost sack from Russell. Lopez then turns the corner, and he's got some running room along the sideline. He picked up some blockers, and he could go almost all the way. Are you kidding me? He's run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Lopez finished the drive on the very next play, and then he hit Coronado for the 2-point conversion, but that was all she wrote for the Pumas for this year, as Pima moves on to the state semifinals with a 38-22 victory over Bisbee. High energy prices got you down? Then hustle over to New Insulation Concepts in Pima, where we feature fiberglass, spray foam, and injection foam insulation to fit your specific residence or business's needs. Call 928-428-8118 for a free estimate today.
This is feeling great. First off, I want to thank all the alumni that have put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this field tonight. We wanted to come out and retire this field the way it should be, with a win and with a hard-fought, ground and pound, let's get after him type of win. I mean, we just started grinding and we started pounding, and ain't nothing but barbecue chicken after that. So, you know, these guys, they played lights out. You know, we had a little motivation this week that, you know, they were concerned about the type of athletes that we had, whether or not we'd be pounding it up the middle, and I think we answered pretty well. But this is a good Bisbee team. They had a great season. We were glad they came, played hard to the end, and it was just a hard-fought win, and glad that we were able to retire the field the way that we did.
The Pima Rough Riders may have turned out the lights on Edd Hubbard Field for the last time, but they still have more work to do before enjoying their new home next year. Reporting from Pima for the Gila Herald, I'm John Johnson.